Hello and welcome to Nikolai's genetics lessons, and today's problem is this pedigree shows inheritance of an autosomal recessive trait, assuming that individual 2,4 is homozygous normal. What is the probability that the child 4,1 will be affected? As usual, I recommend to pause video here, try to solve this problem on your own first, and when you would be ready you can run video again and you can compare your answer with my answer and explanation. If you will take a look at this couple, you would see that they have affected child. And this is autosomal recessive genetic disorder that give us information that both these parents have to be heterozygous. Then in this case, being phenotypically normal, this couple may have affected child whose genotype is going to be small a genotype. So now, in order to find probability for this couple to have affected child, we have to find probability for them to be heterozygous. In this case, they can be both phenotypically normal, but still can have affected child. So now we have to find the probability for in third generation individual 4, female 4, and individual 5, male 5, to be heterozygous. So to be genotype that is capital A and small a. Now let's consider this individual number 3. This is daughter of this couple. What is the probability for her also to be heterozygous, because only in this case this female can pass her defective recessive allele to her daughter. And let's build a Punnett square. So we know that one female here is heterozygous because they have affected daughter. Male here is also heterozygous, so genotype here on the side, and probability for them to have affected or unaffected child, or child who is going to be a carrier, would be phenotypically normal, but the one that can pass defective allele to the next generation. As you see, we know that this female here phenotypically normal, so that means that this female belongs to this genotype, to one of these three genotypes. We know that she is not affected, so she doesn't belong to this genotype, so her probability to be heterozygous is 2 out of 3. Once again, probability for this female to be heterozygous would be 2/3. And of course, if this female is heterozygous, and we told that individual 4 in generation 2 is homozygous normal, so genotype capital A, in this case let's build another Punnett square. So female is heterozygous, her husband is homozygous normal. In this case, probability for the daughter to be heterozygous would be as follows. So capital A here, capital A here, capital A small a here, and capital A small a here. As you see, probability to pass defective allele to the progeny would be 1/2. So one more time, if this female is heterozygous, probability to pass this defective allele to her daughter would be 1/2. So basically we have to multiply 2/3. So 2/3 we have to multiply by 1/2 probability to pass her defective allele to her daughter, and we will find that probability for her daughter to be heterozygous would be 2/6 or 1/3. So we can put this number here. So probability of this female to be heterozygous is 1/3. Now we have to find probability for this male to be also heterozygous. But this time we have to start from these parents and not from the grandparents, because if we would take a look at these children of this family, we will find that one child is affected. Genotype is small a, small a. This gives us information that this female is obligate heterozygous and this male is obligate heterozygous. So now if we know that two parents are heterozygous, what is the probability for this male to be phenotypically normal and being heterozygous? As you see, probability is 2 out of 3. Once again, this male is phenotypically normal, so belongs to this group, and his probability of being heterozygous is 2 out of 3. So we can put this number here. So probability for this male to be heterozygous is 2/3. Now when we know that probability for the mother to be heterozygous is 1/3, so let's put this number here. Probability for her husband to be also heterozygous is 2/3, so we have to multiply by 2/3 these two independent probabilities. And once again, if both these parents would be heterozygous, it doesn't mean that the progeny have to be homozygous recessive and be affected. As you see, two heterozygous people would have 1/4 probability of having defected child. So we have to multiply also by 1/4. This is probability of having defected child for two heterozygous parents. And as you see, the answer would be 1/3 multiplied by 2/3 would be 2/9, and multiplied by 1/4 going to be 2/36, and we can reduce this number by 2, so the answer would be 1/18, and this is going to be our answer today. So probability for child of this couple to be homozygous recessive would be 1/18. And this is all for today. Thank you for attention. Please subscribe for my new videos that I post almost every day. Thumbs up if you like this video. Please write your comments, questions if you have any. Share this video with your classmates, and see you in the next video. Goodbye.